Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Bear's Den for a little bit more of Microtopia. Now, I've been doing a little bit of work. I changed around things over here a little bit with the pod workers. I put in some counter gates here to send some of them over to this area. I have it set to send 10 of them over here and keep 10 of them in this area, and then send them to the regular main line here so they can help feed into feeding and taking care of the babies and all of the other jobs over here. I haven't quite worked out that I have this exactly right for the getting them back in over here to get refurbished. I did set up 2 cascades, one here for if they're the empty pod, and one for if they still have something, because they will leave the job when they don't have anything. I may adjust that to where they won't leave because they're until the ball pops and they're empty. I may change that in the future. I also set up for these drones to start bringing over scrap metal. I did that a while back, so we now have a regular stockpile of plates, a regular stockpile of scrap iron, and we still have the thing of concrete over here. I have a lot more work that I need to get done in the main area here, and we need to get started on the jungle area over there. But first, I want to get some work done over here again, so I'm going to show you what I am currently working on, and then I'm going to get back to that, and then we'll go check out what I want to do over there on the Floral Island. So I set up this here, which was originally sending our drones that way. I have set them up to come all the way up here, because there's this really nice foraging area up here. And drones can forage. They can't do plant cutting, which is why I originally had it set there, was because I was going to have them do the plant cutting. But I have this long windy road around here that we set up, I think last time, where there's a timer gate here, so every 60 seconds one of the ants can go from here into that area and go see if there is anything that needs to be grabbed. And all these guys are currently doing is just trying to clean up all of this scrap that I still have laying around up here. And then they go off and they get turned into the drones. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of this area here that is having them come up here to do plant cutting. I want them to just continue doing the normal loop around there. That's a carry gate to send them back. And what I'm going to do is this line here all the way up to there can actually be made into there is that one right there though. I still don't understand this whole genes flown out attracted drones thing. I haven't attracted a drone once or sent out a gene once. My colony must suck. But anyways, I have this one here that's... I may need to fix that somehow, but I really don't need them to be for a forage line all the way up to there. But I think what I'm going to do is leave that alone for now. And I'm going to put... I got to make sure that I put it in... Yeah, I think I'm going to put it in right here. I got to find a way to get it over there that isn't going to mess with things too bad. But I want to put something in like this, which I want that to be a main trail. And we're going to set it up this way. And I think we're just going to do a divider gate here so that one will go that way, one will go this way. And then we're going to send these guys up to start doing some plant cutting up here and get all of this that we have up here done. And we can go ahead and... Where is our... There should be... This one is connected to this one. So we want to just move this all the way up and put it right there. And then we're going to have a main line come back down here. We're going to put an old gate in right there, and then just have this connect back up over there, and then we'll connect this elder gate up, or elder trail up. Back over to there. And hopefully that'll be well enough for them to do what they need to do. And now we have our guys up here that we are going to send off foraging through all of these that there are tons of. I don't know if I got them all, but it's a decent amount of them. And now that'll let them go through and start collecting those. And I believe I have one of them set up over here, which I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up a new storage pile for these guys. And we'll just put that right there and let them do that. And then we will set up a old gate that'll come off of there. And then a main line that'll come back and let them go right back to work. And then this one, we're going to have a launch pad right there that will then bring them back over here and drop them off. Where do I want to drop them off? I think I'll just connect it to this one, actually. Because it's already got a thing set up for it. So if we just do this and we connect it all the way back here to this one, then when they come through all of this, they will get sent over and go into there. So that'll take care of all of that. Alright, so we'll check back on these guys later and see how they're keeping up. I will have to check on how they're doing with their scrap, but most of them will be spending most of their time up here walking through. Oh, my divider gate ends up eventually sending everybody that way, which is fine, I guess. I'll pick at that later. Anyways, we want to finally get some mining stuff set up over here. We do have lots of wire cut palm here that we can get plant fibers off of if and when we need them. But the big thing that we are getting off of this island is we need the resin out of the circuit tree, and then gold from the ancient machinery. Plus this also gives us the basic resources that we need here that we're having to currently ship in anyways. So I think yeah, these are just plant cutting things. The first thing we need to set up over here is probably going to be we're going to need miners, is honestly the first thing we need to set up, unless we just have them. We could start picking up the resin. The reason why I'm saying the miners, the reason I'm double thinking the miner thing is the fact that the miners need an assembler, if I'm remembering correctly. It has been a little bit since I set one up, but I'm pretty sure they need an assembler to make them, which means I got to get screws over here as well. Yeah, it's an assembler, exactly what I thought. And I can't send screws. Well, I'm sending scrap over. What am I worried about? I just need to set up a little factory over here for making screws. I just need to smelt the scrap into iron and then work it into screws, bolts, whatever. So give me just a minute, I'll get that set up and I'll be right back. Alright, so we ran into a little bit of an issue. One, we're out of light bulbs, so I got to deal with that. But two, I had a big lineup of these old guys about ready to expire, just standing here waiting to get into there. And so I set up a second one over here. Part of the reason why they were waiting was because this was empty. And so I switched these two around. So now this is feeding her first, and it is the one feeding this one. This one is coming off of that one and is the last resort for feeding to keep these guys alive. And I also set up a side trail over here that leads over to here for making oh, I messed that up. Okay, first off, I gotta figure out why these two guys are over here in the first place. They need to be over here where they belong. But what I messed up is that you get over here, he goes in there, you guys need to come over here. So I need you guys to come to here, and we need to divide you guys between those two and erase that. So now we'll just have all of you guys over on this line. And I think I know why you guys are coming this way, and I need to deal with that. It's because this is the Elder Trail that I have here. And so we need to put in a cascade right here and set this for if they are pod workers, and then set up a second one for if they are pod worker empty. Take both of you, send you back to there, and then this Elder Trail needs to lead back to here, and this should also be an Elder Trail there. Like that. Okay, so now these guys will become adults, and I do not want you guys going where you used to go. Your whole purpose of coming here is to become drones. That's your entire purpose of coming over here, is so I can have more drones, which I do not currently have. So once you guys get made into adults, you're going to come straight over and get turned into drones to do some flying. By the way, we have broke 100, and we'd be doing better if we didn't have this mess. Alright, so I'm going to figure out what's going on with my light bulbs here in just a second, but I want to show you what I have done over here. I have cleaned up this area a bit. I set up a basic smelting area that's just coming off of a couple incubators. I have this landing pad, which is set to come from here, and here. This is the one that is bringing the plates. This is the one that is bringing the scrap. And this one over here is divided between these two when they come over here and they get the babies. And so then I have that one going to deliver me larvae over yonder. And this is coming from this one right here, which is where these guys will be coming from, except the first one is going off that way, and I still need to redo some of that, I am guessing. But right now, he will fly over. He will pick up a larva, and then he will fly back over here to the island, put it down, and then fly back over again. And so that'll get us a nice injection of larvae over here, which there is our first one that he should be putting in. Why did he not put that in? Oh, because he's not set on it wasn't set up as hauling, it was set up as mainline. So now there's flags. Alright, so I messed that up. I'll send another one over, because all of these need to be hauling, so they have a thing to drop off at each one. So there's an iron plate, which we technically can get rid of the iron plate one because we now have iron scrap. I will go ahead and take care of that, because we don't need any more iron plates over here since we have iron scrap coming over. And once we get the mining operation set up, we won't need that either. But there we go. He dropped off the first one. He dropped off the second one. And I may need to set up a bigger area for this as we get more drones coming in. But now that will allow this guy to smelt our iron up, and that will get us our factory done so we can get our screws done. So be right back. Alright, so we are making our screws. I have set up a assembler here that is getting built. I also set up a combiner over here, which is also waiting for screws. That way we could have our old guys go over there and get turned into adults, which I will end up having come back over here for right now and, work, because I'm going to have the young ones going off to become miners, and these guys are just going to end up dying off pretty much anyways. I'm not even sure that the little ones can do the foraging, but they can't do the plant cutting. So we're going to need the combiner for collecting the resin, because only the adults can do the plant cutting. So now that we've got all the basic production up, so we can start making our miners over here, I will go ahead and end it here, and in the next one we will start on setting up our mining production here and collecting some resin, and that will let us get into the using the facility here for the resin, the diodes, and we haven't set up one of those yet, or a factory. We need to get both of those set up, and we need to get the mining done so we can actually get the iron worker ant done. We haven't got to that yet as well. And this is tier 2 inventor ant. I seen this the other day when I was looking, so that is probably going to be where we get the yellow that we need for this. So we need to keep working our way up through that. But I will see you guys in the next one. If you made it this far, don't forget, hit the buttons, do the things, and we will see you next time. Later.